When something goes terribly wrong or even slightly wrong on one of our projects, what's our initial reaction? Do we search for excuses or blame? I will be the first to admit that I absolutely did this for a large chunk of my career. But at some point in my career, I realized that this reaction, or at least my choice to react in this manner, was immature, and I would never make it to a leadership position or even the next level if I continued to give in to this reaction. But it seems so natural, doesn't it? And honestly, I probably still do it on those days that my brain's just not firing right, where you're lacking coffee or you just didn't sleep right the night before and your brain's just on autopilot. You know, he did it. I don't have the energy to deal with this right now. Just place blame. Yeah. So still something that I'm working on, but recognizing this step and working towards not doing this, that's going to be the more mature level of thinking in this situation. Because here's the thing. Whenever anything or something goes wrong, we have a choice. We have a choice in how we react to that. We can spend time searching for excuses or blame. So we spend 2 hours digging for that email, trying to find exactly where it originally initiated from. I identified it. That's him. That's that guy. Pick up the phone, dial it, yell at them. This is your fault. You need to fix it. I don't care what you do. You're going to work the weekend. So we damage that relationship. Completely cut off any possibility of any help from that relationship in the future. But hey, we pacified our ego, didn't we? We feel better. During all of that time of digging through the emails, trying to find the person, finding the person, calling them, damaging anything in the future for your future self. You're welcome, future self. The problem's still not solved. It's still suspended there in time. But here's the thing. Time doesn't suspend. It doesn't stay in one spot. Time just keeps ticking. The problem's still a problem. We haven't effectively done anything with the problem at this point. So how do we make it easier to break this ego pacifying behavior of excuses and blame? Well, our mindset, our perception, our choice in how we decide to approach challenges. So we have a choice to perceive that challenge as a setback or an opportunity. Setback is not fun. It's going to probably cause frustration, anger, blame, excuses, fear. Nothing fun, nothing that's going to make us look good. That's embarrassing, right? I don't want to be that person. Or we could choose to see it as an opportunity. Opportunity is going to make us look like a rock star. We are a problem solver. We're a leader. We take initiative. And when we choose to see challenges as an opportunity, it concentrates on fixing the problem instead of damaging our assets and our relationships. We find that it's easier to approach future challenges. They become easier and easier to handle, and you kind of are starting to search for those bigger challenges instead of avoiding them and creating stagnation. Also, when you approach challenges this way, you'll find that you actually enjoy work a lot more because you're not trying to avoid the challenges that are unavoidable or avoid all the people that you pissed off in the past from blaming them on everything. So you continue to learn and grow. Think of rafting, right? So you're going down rapids. When you're experienced and you've been over some of the smaller rapids, you start to get ready for those bigger ones and you want more of that challenge. Otherwise, if you never get used to it, you're dreading every one of them. You fall off the boat, you start floating down the river, and who do you blame? The raft guide. Learn how to do your job. It's construction. We have a multitude of challenges, so embrace them. Don't avoid them. Avoiding them for your entire life is going to be extremely depressing and very difficult to do. It's not going to end well. Just warning you now. You will find yourself hitting that autopilot button on your brain. Again, not enough sleep. Maybe you had a wonderful time with new clients the night before, or you just, somebody put decaf in the coffee maker. Who does that? But when you do, and you realize yourself automatically reacting to wanting to just blame or create an excuse, catch yourself. I just totally blame somebody. I mean, great. It's okay. As long as you even catch yourself, it's a step in the right direction. It takes time. You don't have to react one way or the other. As long as you start progressing to seeing them as opportunities versus setbacks, you're going in the right direction. Refusing to recognize it and using it as an excuse, that's where you don't grow. That's where you stop growing, and you will continue to be stuck in a stagnant quagmire of dependency instead of being independent, a leader, and probably creating situations in the future that are going to be a lot easier for you to handle than if you go and lean on the excuses and the setback and the blame side of things. So your choice. You have the choice of how you approach, handle, and perceive challenges. And as quoted from 7 Habits, which I've mentioned that book before, really good book, it is our willing permission, our consent to what happens to us that hurts us far more than what happens to us in the first place. Boom. So choice. It's up to you. You got this. We have a choice. We have just knowing that you're human, and that does. Just knowing that you're human, and that this. Okay. Awesome.